This video is going to be primarily about anchor bolts. This is the back door, so we are facing south. The structure actually faces south. We're actually facing north. An anchor bolt should not be any farther from a sole plate or a sill plate, call it what you will, no farther than 4 inches from the end of a sill plate. 17 inches is what I'm counting here. And then the anchor bolts, again, that's what these are, anchor bolts. They shouldn't be placed any farther apart than 6 feet. However, we're talking about the ends of the boards here, no further than 4 inches. And 6 inches isn't that bad, I guess. I don't know. I'm not an engineer, but we don't have any here as well. I'll come back with some paint. That's the end. That's the butt end right there. Coming along, this guy, the nut's not even on it. That's not even on it. Coming along, we're doing okay. We have a 7-foot span between these two. And that's not 4 inches either. That's not 4 inches. 7-foot span. 6 max. I have a 12-foot span over here. So apparently they missed putting one right there. $39 inches. I'm not sure what that note was about. Let's do some homework. Coming along here, we don't have anchor bolt next to this door. I don't see one next to this side of the door either. I guess that was about the anchor bolt. That was that far from the end of the door. I get carried away. I do. There's an anchor bolt under here. I noticed that I said it's primarily about anchor bolts, but since we're here in the now, this window flashing is not continuous. Wasn't cut in right. Back to anchor bolts. That's quite a run here. I guess I got carried away, I don't know. Between this bolt that I just lifted and this bolt, there's way more than six feet. Way more than 6 feet. We're on the west wall here. Way more than 6 feet. We do not have anchor bolts within 4 inches of that butt seam right there. Butt end joint farther than 4 inches from the corners. Somehow or another I thought there should have been one there. I'm not sure. I'm getting carried away. I do that. I get carried away sometimes. So farther than 4 inches. See something twice, see something else. Always check my work. Farther than 4 inches. Coming along. We should have an anchor bolt right about there because they're not supposed to be spaced farther apart than 6 feet. Farther than 4 inches, farther than 4 inches. These are interior walls. Anchor bolts are not required on interior walls. We're going to have some more discussion about that here shortly. Moving on along. Farther than 4 inches. Farther than 4 inches. I got some daylight coming through these walls too. Well, it needs to be sealed. There's another discussion. Farther than 4 inches. we're moving from the back door to the back door counterclockwise. See this one right here? He doesn't have a nut on him. See, that's a nut. No nut. It's farther than 4 inches, but no nut. No nut there. No nut there. This is the first room, first bedroom, I suppose. South, east bedroom. Coming along, don't pay that much attention to that dot. At 4 inches. So you have one here, you're supposed to have one here. I don't see it. I don't see it. This guy right here, he's loose. I got a mark. Oh, there's one in there. It just doesn't have a nut. It didn't extend far enough away. Through. There should be one right about there, because they're not supposed to be farther apart. Well, actually, that would be 6 feet. We need one right here. You can put another one there. It'd be all right. Oh, I see. Actually, you might need 2 here, because there's a butt joint right there. That's what I was looking at. Okay, so you need one within 4 inches of that, one within 4 inches of that. No piece should have less than 2. I realize that's a short piece. They could have made it longer, made this one shorter, if that's, you know, what you want to do. But the fact is, you're supposed to have a minimum of 2 anchor bolts on each piece of sill plate. A little farther away. Don't see one here. Don't see one here. And again, a minimum of 2. Coming on along. I can't see. I just can't see. My observations are limited. So is my faith. But interior walls, exterior walls again. Okay, anchor bolt, not within 6 inches. We do not have anchor bolts. They're not visible here. Oh, this is an interior wall. No, it's not. The garage is considered part of the exterior. Anchor bolts should have been attached around the perimeter of the garage. So you should have one over here. Let's keep our path. Okay, this is the south side of the garage, the largest garage car entry. You're supposed to have a minimum of 2 anchor bolts. Not one. Not one. 2. Right there. Missing the nut on this one. I'm going to call them bolts probably. Each piece is supposed to have a minimum of 2. Supposed to have a minimum of 2. Okay, this is where the groundings come into the home. This is the Ufer bar. I get that. Grounding attached. That's good. But where they notched this sill plate out, they just... The only thing keeping this from being a joint is a hair. So we should have 2 anchor bolts there, because that's just not a continuous load path. 2 bolts. This is the north exterior garage door on the south side. 2 bolts right there. That's what you're supposed to have. Just saying. Should have one on the other side of the door, on the other side of the back garage car entry door, tractor door maybe, RV. This butt joint right here. I should have anchor bolts on each side of that butt joint right there. Should have anchor bolt right there. We have one here. It's not 6 inches. Not 6 inches. I don't see one here. You're supposed to have 2 in there. I can't see behind here. I shined my flashlight back there. I couldn't see anything. Which means I didn't see an anchor bolt. That's what it means. I'm not saying there's not one back there, but I couldn't see it. Observations are limited, as is my faith. Anchor bolt should be within 4 inches again. Now they're not supposed to be farther apart than 6 feet. So we have an anchor bolt over here and an anchor bolt over here. That means we can't have anchor bolts that are farther apart than 6 feet. This would be 6 feet and 6 feet. So we need 2 anchor bolts right here. Those are the rules. I didn't make them up. I decided one day. Didn't work like that. Not seeing any anchor bolts here. Not seeing any anchor bolts here. Not seeing an anchor bolt there. See a corona. Hope I don't get the. Don't have an anchor bolt here. Don't have an anchor bolt here. Oh, this is the patio. This is an exterior wall. No anchor bolt here. No anchor bolt here. This is where we started. This is where we started.